So we are starting our potato planting. We're going to do a little bit in the tilled garden bed, and we do have some of our black totes, same as what we used last year. We can link a video below there for some of those harvests, but we kind of want to try a little bit in the ground this year because...
A bit of both, and we've got a bunch of different kinds to try in different ways. So I guess the big thing is, why are we planting potatoes at the end of June? So this is kind of a, I guess, a
old wives' tale almost.
Yeah,
or farmer's tale, or whatever.
Which does seem to have some weight to it, of basically planting the potatoes after or around, in this case, because we're not quite there yet, but around the full moon in June. And the theory is that reduces or potentially eliminates the pressure by the Colorado potato beetles. We've done it for, I want to say 5 years?
At least.
At least, and obviously we have moved, but to be honest, we've
never seen one.
Yeah, we've never had them, which definitely seems to work. And the potatoes are still in the ground long enough to turn into tubers, so it seems to work. What we probably should do is a bit of planting of some
earlier
ones, or
ones,
whatever, earlier, just to...
That was sort of our plan, and it's just time got away from us, as always.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go open up and see what we've got.
I think we might have previously talked about this in one of our other videos. I can't remember, so we're going to talk about it again. This is what we kind of store our potatoes in down in the basement cellar. It's basically a black Home Depot rough tote. We keep the lid on. And these are the ones that we had kind of selected to save from last year's harvest. And you can see they've got nice legs forming. Are they called legs?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
lots of eyes on some that have gone to sprout.
So we're going to kind of take these apart here. There's actually, I believe, 5 different kinds in here. So we'll get them laid out.
We have the all blue, the all red, the blue unnamed blue skin variety. We have a little red skin variety, and the fingerlings, which I don't remember the full name of. So these Austrian Crescent. That's the one. Yeah. So we're going to get these out and see what we've got to work with. It kind of looks like...
a lot.
Looks like a lot, and looks like most of them survived the storage pretty well.
We will admit we've been a little bit lacking in looking after our potatoes or even checking on them. So this box here kind of is our largest box of saved ones. These are our fingerlings. We really, really liked how these grew last year, so we saved quite a bit. Hopefully we can find spots for all of them because they did really, really well in the totes last year, and we're going to keep going with that. These were the red-skinned, white-centered ones, and we almost hummed and hawed about getting rid of them. We saved a small amount just to kind of give them a try in the ground. They didn't do a lot in our totes, so we're going to try them in the ground and see if we get some better results. These were our blue-skinned, or are our blue-skinned, I guess. As you can see, they are growing roots and legs and everything. Now these ones we did grow at our old place, and they did better in the ground. Last year we did them in totes, and we're very disappointed. Giving them another shot this year in ground, and hopefully we get some bigger, better potatoes and larger harvest per plant would be nice. And then these were 2 new varieties for us last year, the all red and the all blue. All blue I'm a little bit concerned because a lot of those legs have died back, so hopefully they're all right. Probably should check those a little sooner. But we grew both of these in the totes last year, and to be honest, not fantastic on the harvest. What do you think?
They did okay, but I think they're going to be like the blue-skinned.
They're going to like being in the ground better.
I think so.
So we're going to plant them in the ground this year because we don't have a whole lot of them, so hopefully that will produce a bit more potatoes and keep us going, because we're really glad that we saved all these, because this year we weren't able to get them from our local stores. So you could get the usual common ones, which we still have in the cellar, of the russets, the Yukon Golds. We have a lot of those to plant. This is all our gourmet potatoes that we did last year. We did a gourmet harvest video, we'll link below.
So we're doing something a little different, I guess. And as you can see, a lot of these have got quite the legs already. And something that we've done in the past, you do have to be a little careful with them, and it's less than ideal, is we basically put them in and you just kind of lay it down. Like you can see, it's rooting all the way along here.
And there's leaves.
Well, we're going to bury them. So what's going to happen is we're going to put these in, hill them up a little bit just so they're covered, and then this entire potato bed is getting mulched, and they're just going to be able to come up through the mulch. So they won't be very deep. We're going to try a little different method with that, but we just wanted to show that even when they go leggy, we find anyways it doesn't hurt to just lay the legs down the trench, and they will root and produce tubers along those as well.
So as we're taking these apart, we are finding, let me see if I can get this one out here. They're already growing potatoes. Look at them all. Be interesting to see how those go. But we have a tangled mess that we're trying to get as much of these legs as possible without damaging, but we're running out of space. So we're starting to cram them in. So the kids are busy planting the fingerlings in our totes. As you can see from the container that James is trying to pick through, we still have a lot of fingerlings left, and those 3 totes are full. So we need to get some more totes ready. So far, we have 2 rows of our blue-skinned, blue-centered potatoes, 3 rows of our red-skinned, red-centered potatoes, and then our blue-skinned, white-centered potatoes are the ones that are causing a problem, because we have a lot and not very much space left for them in this garden. And we've already bumped the red-skinned, white-centered potatoes are going to have to find a spot in the other garden. So, yeah, we're doing really well.
Well, we have everything laying in the trenches, which pretty much, once I get these covered and mulched, that'll be it for this garden. There really isn't a lot of extra space in here. And we still have russets and Yukon Golds to get in the ground, so we'll see how that goes. But we've got the 3 totes of the fingerlings, and I'll take you over here. We still have a ton more fingerlings. We kept way more than we needed. We could have eaten a lot of these potentially over the winter, but we're going to try to get them into some totes because they did pretty well that way. And this is the tangle that we have left for the blue skins. And I think what we're going to do is just get them into a tote and probably grow them for kind of new potatoes or smaller potatoes, sort of midsummer. But again, we kept way more of those than we needed. But I suppose in the grand scheme of things, having a lot of potatoes is not exactly a terrible problem to have.